I know Curbs touched on it a little bit. Al mentioned it a little bit as well, but when I was traded here from Hartford, I didn't realize how big of a fan favorite Shanny was. So thank you for allowing me the first 60, 70 games of my career here in St. Louis to be known that I needed to step up my game a little bit. I wanted to thank Mike Keenan for bringing me here to St. Louis. He was tough. He wasn't always a player favorite, but he certainly helped me in my career. Obviously brought me here to St. Louis, to all you. That year we had Roger Nielsen, a coach who I knew from my days in Peterborough, who was instrumental in working with me that first year here in St. Louis. Jimmy Roberts, another, what do you say about Jimmy? He's the best. He was, always had my back. I know he fought Mike tooth and nail to keep playing me and work through whatever issues you may have had with me. But, he was tremendous to play for, and I'll always be indebted to him and the Bear for everything that they did for me. And then that year with the veteran leaders that we had, what better than Grant Fuhr in that, somebody that could always calm the play down and calm things down when it got a little hairy at times as a young kid coming in here. Having somebody like Furzy back there was awesome to allow me the time to make the mistakes, and he would always just kind of accept the blame, and meanwhile I'm over in the corner getting yelled at by Mike, but it happens. Brett Hull was the captain when I got here. To reminisce about the Hully stories, it might take too long, so I'll just leave it at that. We all know what he means to this franchise. Other guys like Jeff Courtnall was always somebody that I talked to, whether it be on the bus or in the locker room. He saw me countless times go into the Mike Keenan parade to get yelled at, and he was another guy that I really leaned on for veteran advice and leadership. When we got Wayne Gretzky that year, that's when things kind of turned. Your attention got off me and went to him. And I thank you for that. It allowed me to kind of get my game straight, and watching him day in, day out, accept the pressure from you, the pressure from the media and the scrutiny, being able to see that up close and personal certainly helped me throughout my career. And then obviously Al, what do you say? Being able to watch that night in, night out. Day in, day out, seeing how he prepared for the games, for practice, training, eating habits, how to be a pro. And, I think having that opportunity, had I gone to a different organization and not had a chance to play with a guy like Al, who knows where I would be. And there's so many great players that I played with the first few years here as I kind of grew up in front of your eyes and learned to be myself, learned to play the game the way I knew how best. And, that first couple of years being booed and then being cheered was instrumental in getting through that adversity to allow myself to really kind of excel and play the game to the best of my abilities and kind of flourish in front of you. It really took a step further when we got Joel Quenneville as our head coach. Joel was awesome, a former defenseman in the NHL and knew what it took, and was always talking about good stick and talking about positioning. And, he was another guy that really took a hold of my game and really brought the best out of me, along with Mike Kitchen, who was our other D coach after Jimmy retired, and working after practice, before practice, in the video room, in the gym, countless hours of just talking about the game, talking about the team, what we needed to do to be successful. I thank them for all their hard work. You talk about a couple teammates that I'm not going to be able to mention them all, but Jamie McLennan was with me here for 4 years. He was our backup goalie, but he was also my bartender and sports psychologist. And having somebody like that to be able to talk to day in, day out, and really kind of step away from the game and kind of just have that type of friendship is, I think another reason why my game flourished here in St. Louis. And then Pavel Demitra, being able to practice against a player like Pavel. Another highly competitive guy, hated to lose, always wanted to show you up in practice, so being able to match up against him day in and day out in practice and, watching his little moves, he was so talented and gifted with the puck. You're able to pick parts from his game and see it in other players that you're going to play the next night or in coming playoff series. So, I wish Pav and Maya and their boys, I feel for every day, knowing he's up in heaven, but we certainly miss Pav. Having Chaser, Twister, Rudy Poshek, Reed Lowe, the list goes on and on of these guys that had my back night in and night out that allowed me to play my game and my style. When you have guys like that are willing to sacrifice themselves for the team and change the momentum of a game, sometimes a hit can't do it or a spear can't do it, but sometimes these bad boys can. So I appreciate everything that they did for me to keep the other big guys and other teams off my back and allow me to do what I did best. So thanks, guys. And all my teammates, obviously being here 9, 10 years, played with a lot of great players, a lot of great teammates, trainers, coaches, all the support staff over the years. It was first class and nothing but the best here in St. Louis. So thank you to all of you. There's no I in team, and the guys behind the scenes that do all the grunt work don't really get a lot of attention and focus, and they allow you to just focus on the game and do what you love to do. And the guys we had here with Ray Borelli and Bert Godin were two of the best that I had. I want to appreciate and thank them for their hard work. To join the list that you see up here, Bobby Gassoff, Bobby Plager, Barclay Plager, Brian Sutter, Bernie Federico, Brett Hull, Dan Kelly, and then obviously Al. I'm extremely honored and humbled to be up there with the Blues greats, and I find it fitting that I'll be bookending with Al, and we'll be out on the ice every day side by side again. I wanted to thank the Blues ownership group led by Tom Stillman, management, and everybody for this tremendous honor. Thank you. To the Blues alumni who from day one when I got here helped me immensely and probably don't realize how much they helped me trying to acclimate to a new city as a young 20-year-old who occasionally had a screw loose and was being booed. Didn't really know what to do and how to deal with it at times, and having some of those guys calm me down, talk to me, talking to Rob Ramage or Blake Dunlop, guys like that, instrumental. And now when we see players, you're able to pay it forward and talk to the young guys and kind of talk about the organization and what it means to the city, and you all are a big part of that as well. To my family, my brother, who I played against every day till I was 15, took a few beatings, but I think in the end I used it for a higher power. Thank you for always being my biggest supporter and being there to beat me up or take the odd slash behind the legs. I learned it. He was he was the crash dummy at times, so thanks for taking one for the team. To my mom and dad, who are obviously incredibly supportive, driving me to practices, games, everything that they did, putting their lives on hold to help me chase my dreams and my passion. You know, this is a fitting end to my hockey career, but you can still watch videos and you can still cry, so it'll be awesome. To my wife Lauren, who I met that magical year we won the President's Trophy and I won the Hart and the Norris, thank you for always being by my side and helping me through the good days, the bad days, the injured days. You've been a rock for us and obviously helping raise these three hooligans right here, so thank you. Jack, George, Lila, thank you for being a part of the journey and putting up with some of the late nights, the screaming and the hollering, the temper tantrums that I may have had late at night after tough losses. Couldn't have three better kids, so thank you for being here and being a part of it. Thank you. To my longtime agent, Pat Morris, who's here somewhere, thank you for having my back since I was 15 and looking over and making sure you were taking care of me and my family. A lot of sleepless nights, a lot of injuries, a lot of contract negotiations, but in the end, always a friend, and thank you very much. And to you all, not yet, not yet. From boos to cheers, you always showed passion for the game, for my style of play, and I thank you very much for helping mold me into the man that I've become, a young 20-year-old when I got here in the favored trade for Shanny, leaving a man at 30 with 2 kids, soon to be 3, and a wife. When you play in a city for 10 years and move back to a city, I've been here now 10 more years, and think about my hometown of Dryden. I lived there 15, so this is my new adopted home, being here now 20 years. You always motivated me to play harder, pushed me to be my best, and held me to a standard that I relished and tried to match. So cheers to you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. Let's watch it go up. Cheers. Thank you all.